Welcome back to the Morning Mindset edition of the Live, Build, Change podcast. I'm Kerry Green, and I am here every morning of the year, if you can believe that. These little 5-minute devotionals, I've created one for every day of the year because, please understand this, because I want you and I want me as followers of Jesus Christ to get it through our thick skulls and get it through our even thicker hearts what God Himself has done for us, so that it will impact the way we live in this world. Because we, of all people, should be the most excited, hopeful, optimistic, world-changing people on the planet, because we know the God of the universe and we know the effectiveness of what He's done in our lives. But sadly, that's not often the case. And it's because we don't really believe the things we say we believe. Or if we do believe it, it's only on a peripheral level. It's on a surface level. Because we haven't taken the time to meditate and think deeply about the truths that have been defined and described for us in the Scripture. And yesterday I mentioned in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse number 3, that God has caused us to be born again into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. God has caused that to happen. And this new birth that we've received changes our identity. And today I want to point out why that is vitally important. John Piper points out quite often that none of us is able to, moment by moment, second by second, carefully analyze and critique everything we say, or every motion we make with our hands, or every gesture, or every decision. Because to do so would make life impossibly cumbersome. So think about it. The last thing you reached over to take, like a cup of water or a pencil or something like that, the moment you clicked on the mouse, you didn't consciously say to yourself, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. You just had a thought and you acted. You see, and the reason that is important to notice is because 99% of our lives are lived exactly like that. We respond to things. We just do things. We just say things. We just react to the things that are going on around us. And we don't have the time to analyze everyone and say, is this the best reflection of Christ in me? Is this the best way for me to express Christ as my life? You see, we just simply are incapable of doing that. So the thing that makes the difference is if who we are on the inside is being transformed moment by moment. And that occurs as we diligently put ourselves in a context where we are being transformed by the truth of God. And that requires that we listen to what He says, as we're doing here in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse number 3. We listen to it and we take the time to ponder it. So every day of your life, you need to spend time pondering the truths of God so that they're able to take root in the depths of who you are. And then when you respond to things in everyday life, in those nanoseconds, you're able to respond out of the overflow. That's what John Piper calls it. The overflow of who you are. Do you see that? Those actions begin to come out of what the truth of God is making you to be on the inside. And that happens as we read the truth of God and we take the time to ponder it and understand it. And that's what I've been trying to do on these last few episodes of the Morning Mindset, as we talk about the truth that we are born again into a living hope. You see, the more we know what that means, the more we can live like a person who has that new born-again identity in those nanosecond decisions of life. Let's unpack this a little bit more tomorrow on the Morning Mindset.